Hi guys, Kandi Blaze here with Kandi's Rosin Customs at 1722 Claremont Avenue in the beautiful heart of Ashland, Ohio. Guys, I am so excited. There is so much happening right now, including, oh my God, so the team is working really hard, but we are getting ready because literally just a little over a week away is the annual Kandi's Rockin' Birthday Bash and Benefit Cruisin'. Woo, I'm so excited. Like, I can't even hardly talk about it. But I'm gonna. That's literally all I've been talking about is our annual Rockin' Cruise with live music, pinup contest, burlesque show, a mermaid. We have a real mermaid coming, guys, okay? All right, so we'll talk more about that, but right now we're gonna talk about the incredible cars and all the work that's being done right now. Where do we want to start? All right, let's go this way. Behind me is the 1966 GMC Carryall. Now guys, you don't see a lot of these around on the road anymore. This one has a lot of work that's been being done on it. We have done metal work after metal work. Matter of fact, in the last video, I show you some of the metal patches that had to be done on it. We've still left those in the first rounds of primer, while Liberty here takes the rest of the vehicle down to bare metal. Now she's done everything from 36 grit to wire wheel to everything in between. And right now, once she gets all the rest of this down to bare metal in the back, we're actually going to take a wire wheel right into here and probably what's called a local blaster. So it's a really small, like mini media blaster that we can use on little spots like that across the windowsill area there. And then we're gonna get all that remaining rust off, do any more metal work, which most of it's already been done, get the vehicle back into primer, guys, and before you know it, we're gonna be able to put a beautiful two-tone custom paint job on that 66 GMC Carryall. Whew, okay. All the metal is in for the 1969 Chevy Camaro, guys. Now I hope that you've been following this incredible build. It has come so far already, but now we know every single demon that she has. All those skeletons in the closet are exposed when it's on the working rotisserie. So actually I could put a flashlight underneath this vehicle and it kind of looks like Swiss cheese underneath of it right now, but that's okay. We've got new floor, new trunk pan, new deck lid, new rear quarters. I'm so excited. And we told the client to go to Restoration World because I tell you what, being in the industry, you definitely find out what parts fit better than others. Okay, so excited. So behind me is the stage. We have so much more work to do on the stage, guys. Like I told you before, it's gonna take us probably about a year or two to fully finish it. And that's all right. I mean, we're gonna have it actually flip down in the center. We're gonna have jacks underneath to level it out. Lighting, sound deadener, all it goes. Okay. This is part of the 1970 Cuda Cat from House of Mouse Racing. It's already received the second rounds of primer, and that's because the first rounds on the car are being completely sanded down right now. So what Chevy Cheyenne is doing, after she put the base primer down on it, she's doing all that meticulous hand blocking, making sure everything is as smooth as could be. I almost said smooth as AF, but you guys know what I mean. But that's what we need. We need to make sure there's no high spots, no low spots, no variance whatsoever in those body lines and in all that metal work that's underneath that. So stay tuned to this because this beautiful Cuda Cat, well, guys, it's gonna go back to House of Mouse Racing once we get an incredible custom paint job on it. And it's gonna have some carbon fiber as well. Then it goes back to House of Mouse for a beautiful Hellcat motor. That might be why it's called the Cuda Cat. Do you guys hear that? I do, I hear that. In the booth is a 1969 Ford Bronco getting a, I don't know what you would call it, a soft blue pearl type of color. It's pretty cool. You want to take a peek? Let's go spy on Tom back in there. Guys, there's a sign back here. I don't know if you can see it. There it is, Matrix. We use Matrix here at Kandi's Rosin Customs. Actually, I'm so excited about this. Excuse my mess back here. We have a full in-house Matrix automotive mix system, so I can mix all the colors right here in-house on the spot. And some custom colors too. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see. Ready? Oh, there you go. There it is. That's the 1969 Ford Bronco, guys. That is the very first layer of paint that's going on that right now. Can you see him there? You can see Tom back there spraying. All right. Woo! A little like extreme close up there. I'm a big fan of Matrix paint. I love how it lays out. I love that we also use House of Color. Like House of Color and Matrix are my absolute favorites in the industry. And I'll tell you what, I've used a variety of clears over the year. There is nothing, in my personal opinion, that comes to House of Color when it comes to clears. Speaking of that, behind me is the 1957 Chevy 150 Pro Tour Mod Resto Black Widow Tribute. Oh, there's no script. That was a lot to remember, guys. All right, so what we've done already is some incredible and meticulous metal work on this car. I mean, we're talking mini tub, recessed firewall, custom firewall for a huge, big block box performance motor that will be going into that. Oh, I didn't want to mess that one up. Now, I just posted a video a few days ago of the underneath. The underneath is a beautiful custom color that we put on there, full of pearls and metallic. It just flip-flops every which way. I mean, we saw like 6 different colors in it just in the video. The inside of the vehicle right now is just a satin black, because that will actually all get covered with interior and carpet. And of course, before that goes the extreme sound deadener in there that will really help all the highway noises on that. But oh God, that body color. The frame is also gonna go the body color on this. And so guys, I just picked out the custom white color that's going to go all the way up here and back into the trunk. It's a beautiful white pearl. It's a custom Kandi's Rosin Customs color that we mixed up. We did about 5 different spray outs. I took them out in the sun, and that was definitely my favorite. You can see so many different colors pop in it with the metallic. All right, here's another ride you guys get to check out. I'm gonna whip this camera around. A 1966 Corvette, guys. How cool is this car? So this was a Texas vehicle. So I'm gonna put it this way. We didn't find a lot of rust, but we certainly found a lot of mud in it. So unfortunately, there was some improper metal work that was done prior to it coming to us. So we have a lot of metal to rework properly, and we're gonna finish taking out all the rest of that Bondo, get it out of there. Now, the motor's already out of the car. The firewall appears to be pretty clean, but the firewall is gonna get some custom work as well for some hidden surprises in there. But guys, check this out. Now, a lot of times when we get vehicles in here, they aren't this clean inside, meaning they're full of holes. They're full of diseased cancer is what I like to call it. And I can say that as a 3-time cancer survivor, I know what it's like to have a disease growing in your body. And a lot of times we see that type of disease on these vehicles. So this Corvette isn't too shabby. Now, here's a little funny. I have a WTF cupboard. It started out as a little shelf, actually a little drawer, then a shelf, and now it's a cupboard. Most of you know what WTF means. If you don't, you should definitely look that up or just ask one of your kids. So the doors when this car came in were shaved off and covered, and so was the gas lid. Now, we had to cut out the original area that the gas lid was at to get to the tank, because the previous shop had relocated it back here inside the trunk. Now, I'm gonna post up pictures. Check this out, guys. Can you see that? Check out not just the welds. Look at different items that they've attached to this. That is insane. I've never seen anything like that before. So exactly. So that's now going in my WTF cupboard. Okay, let's move on out of the main working area. We're gonna take a quick pass through the cold storage, which, guys, after this year will no longer be cold storage, because behind me is all the new heating elements that are going in. And actually, we use it mostly for parts and storage and cars that we're checking in. Or, speaking of parts, that is the floor for the 69 Camaro. We have the floor pan, we have the trunk pan, we have the rear quarters. That's all the new metal. So that's actually gonna get taken back there later on this week, and Chevy Cheyenne's gonna start the metal fabrication on the Camaro. Okay, I wanna show you before we end this video, excuse me, I want to show you Penny Lane, how far she's coming. Now, you guys have probably been following Penny Lane. She's the 1932 Ford Street Rod that we were able to retain several pieces, most of the original, the original Henry Ford wood inside. And from about here up is all the original metal in the cab except for the rear quarters. And you can watch the full build album once this car is done, and you'll be able to see everything start to finish. Now, we didn't do the teardown on Penny Lane. Although we're doing an incredible job on the the reassembly, we actually got Penny Lane in. She was stripped of the paint, and she was stripped of all the components that are behind me. So this has been a little bit of a challenge for us. Of course, we reassemble the cars all the time. But let me tell you, it is way easier to reassemble a vehicle when you've done the teardown yourself and documented all the items. Luckily for us, the owner is very, very meticulous, and this entire trailer back here is boxed, tagged, documented on paper with pictures, everything. I mean, he had a meticulous filing system, so we were very, very lucky for that. And so Penny Lane is, well, I'd say a little over halfway through the reassembly, and guys, it won't be long before she's cruising on down the road. I can't wait. Okay, so the like this one's a little bitter with me. The 1967 Camaro, guys, I can't even talk, I'm even that bitter. It's a Corvette, obviously this is a Corvette. You guys have heard me talk about the 1967 Corvette. It's a 427 car. I always get like totally messed up towards the end of our videos. Let's start over. This is a 1967 Corvette 427 car with now getting a 5-speed trimming transmission and vintage air. Woo! See, I told you I could do it. All right, so anyway, the vintage air just arrived and we're super excited about that. We are still waiting the heads for the motor. The framework is all done. The body work, all the fabrication and the fiberglass is all done. The only reason she's not in paint, well guys, we want to do some test fitting with the new transmission, the motor, all that type of stuff before that meticulous paint job goes on the car. Like, I don't want to mess anything up. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to repaint that. I don't want one of my guys or gals to have to repaint that. So that's why that one's not in paint yet. We are simply waiting for the remainder items in the, in the motor for that. Okay, let's talk. Let's get real, let's talk. Okay, next Friday, guys, it's not even a month away. It's not even 2 weeks away. Next Friday, September 3rd, right here at Kandi's Rosin Customs is the annual Rockin' Kandi's birthday bash and benefit cruising. Okay, I'm gonna try to say this all in a couple breaths, so bear with me. Maybe should be an auctioneer. All right, here we go. So, we're gonna get loud. I get competition to talk over too. Okay, so Friday we kick off the annual Rockin' Kandi's birthday bash. We have live music by Bad Juju. They are gonna rock the night away, and I do mean rock the night away, guys. And then we have a pinup contest with $1,000 in cash prizes. Guys, $1,000, like $1,000. First place gets $500, second gets $300, and third place gets $200. Plus there's like sashes and a crown and goodie bags and all sorts of wonderful stuff. Registration is any donation amount. All the proceeds from the benefit cruise then go to the Ashland VFW 1067. So what is the VFW? It's the Veterans of Foreign War. So guys, the proceeds are going back to a really cool group of veterans who also give back to the community here in Ashland. So we like to pay it forward because they pay it forward. And they paid it forward a lot. Because if it wasn't for the veterans, I don't know if I could have tattoos, wild colored hair, or be a woman who owns a business. Because they have fought for those freedoms for us. So I want to give back to something along those lines this year. So thank you to all the veterans out there. This show's for you. Okay, this show's for all of us. But guys, we're giving back that this year to the VFW. Okay, during the pinup contest portion of the event, will also be a burlesque show during the intermission. What? Yes, we have a burlesque show. This year it is the Summit City Sirens from Fort Wayne, Indiana, who will be performing. You definitely don't want to miss the burlesque show. You just might want to move the kids maybe somewhere else during that portion of the event. Okay, and then we have a live mermaid. Wait, what? Guys, we have a real live mermaid coming to our show. Like, I had to go out and buy an 8-foot pool because it turns out that mermaids can't survive without being in water. So we went and we got an 8-foot pool, we got her some accessories, and I'm gonna find some mermaid treats so you can feed the mermaid. So come out and visit the beautiful mermaid Jennifer at our event because she'll be here. So burlesque show, mermaid, pinup contest, live music, cars, trucks, motorcycles, big trucks. Woo! Yeah, there's some other stuff I just can't tell you about. Yeah, I'm still working on stuff. Like, I am not a quitter. Although I'm gonna have to quit this video because you guys are tired of me. All right, I think I've gone over pretty much everything right now about the show coming up next Friday, September 3rd, right here at Kandi's Rosin Customs, 1722 Claremont Avenue. And you can visit all the details about the show, I mean like all of them, on our website at www.kandiscustoms.com. That's like with K, like my name, Kandi's Rosin Customs. I'm Kandi. All right, guys, I'm Kandi Blaze. I gotta go. I gotta get ready. We gotta make custom trophies for this show. We got so much to do. Guys, is anybody listening? I gotta go. Bye.